Om Shanti, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Welcome to VIHASA. Thank you so much for removing time on a Sunday morning to be with us so that we can all together recharge and refresh ourselves. So today we're gonna learn a little more about the module of peace, and that's what we're gonna try and experience through today's activities. VIHASA workshops online are something we do every second Sunday of the month. So for 2 hours every month, we take a topic and we really recharge ourselves by exploring it, experiencing it. Before we begin today's activities, we can just have a look at what is VIHASA because we've got a lot of new people joining us today. So a quick introduction to what is VIHASA and what do we do. So basically, VIHASA, the full form of it is Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. And this entire workshop, this entire module was designed by the Janki Foundation, which is a sister concern of the Brahma Kumaris based out of UK, the United Kingdom. Basically, it was the inspiration of Dadi Janki. She was a nurse, like she helped a lot in the nursing profession. So when she was in the NHS hospital in London, she saw that the healthcare professionals, the doctors, the nurses were very stressed and she wanted to do something to help them. She wanted to serve them. And so she thought we should have a program which is specially for healthcare professionals to alleviate their stress. Because if the doctors, if the caregivers are so stressed, then what quality of care can they give the patients, right? So that is how there were a core group of people who met over a period of maybe 4 5 years to create this entire program. And they themselves were different kinds of health consultants, psychologists, therapists, counselors. So they really understood the human mind and they tried to create a program that would help the human mind feel better and strengthen itself. So even though originally this program was created for healthcare professionals, it is value based. And because all of us are human beings and as human beings we work with values, we conduct ourselves and our lives with values, this program is actually so generic that it's applicable to all of us. So that is what we're going to explore through today's activities. And basically, VIHASA has three main principles. The first principle is heal thyself, which means that when we heal ourselves, when we emphasize our self-care, our personal development, that is when we are in a position to provide support or strength to others. So the focus has to be first, let me strengthen myself so I can be available for others. The second one is learning through experience. So learning through experience means that this program, this activity, this workshop is not going to be, as the facilitator teaching you or talking to you and you're taking down notes or you're just listening and then that's it. No. So in Vihasa, it's very interactive. We discuss our experiences, we discuss our learnings, and we explore the topic together as a group. And so the whole workshop is facilitated, it's not taught. Facilitation means it's just a guidance that we have in the format of the workshop where we are guided towards asking certain questions and sharing experiences to learn from each other. And the third one is relevance to work. So not just listening or, experiencing or talking about how we can improve our lives, but exactly how is this insight going to be applicable to my life? How can I take it back to my professional workplace? How do I make positive changes in my life? So it's going to be very practical. So we are through different tools which we see of reflection, action planning, all that. We are actually going to try and bring changes into our professional life and personal life as well. So VIHASA was designed as 8 modules And you can see that the names of all 8 modules are in front of you now. So we've already done all 8 modules once and on the online platform. We started last July and we completed all 8 modules once, and now we're doing it all over again. So we've reached the second one, which is peace. Now, these are actually full day 8-hour modules because originally when it was designed for a face-to-face classroom format. But because of COVID, we have taken the VIHASA workshops online now, and we have broken down each module into 3 or 4 smaller parts. So maybe if we're doing piece part 1 today, next month will be piece part 2. So that will have another 2 hours of the workshop of piece. Now, all of these activities you'll see utilize different kinds of tools for us to explore the topic. So there'll be tools like meditation, where we discover, through self-introspection, through meditation on the topic, we will explore the topic deeper. Then there will be visualization. So through visualization, we create positive images that we want, maybe of ourselves, maybe the way we want things to be, as something to aspire to become. So only when we have an aim or goal in mind do we know what direction to work on, right? Then the third one is reflection. And I think this is something we should do more often with ourselves, wherein we should make an appointment with ourselves to just be with ourselves, see, look into our minds, see how we feel about certain things. The fourth one is playful. So the good part is Vihasa is not boring at all. You won't even realize where the 2 hours go by. So it's not just very serious topics and serious discussions, but it's playful, it's fun, it's cheerful. We have interactions, we have certain group activities that we used to do in real life. We've modified those for the online platform, but it's light-hearted, fun, but we still, dig deep into deeper topics. The next one is listening. So listening again is a tool that is very underrated because there's a difference between just hearing something and actually listening to something. And it can be healing for both ourselves and others when we listen to someone. Appreciation. So we all know that it's really good to appreciate people around us, appreciate what they do for us, but it's equally important for us to appreciate ourselves. Usually we're so self-critical and we're always trying to find mistakes in whatever we do, but we need to appreciate a job well done by ourselves as well. So that is one of the spiritual tools we'll be using. And one of my favorites, creativity. So creativity is also going to be found in some of the exercises. When we do it in a classroom format, we used to have chart paper, craft material, art material. We used to sit in a circle. We used to explore the topic from the creative side of our brain because that's also the intuitive, the problem solving side of our brain. So uh, we've again taken that and somehow modified it for the online platform. And usually people enjoy the creative activities. Sometimes we write poetry, we make artwork, things like that. So moving on, why facilitation? So basically the word to facilitate means to make easy. So what we're doing is we're not trying to make this topic heavy, okay? Even though we're gonna explore topics like what is our purpose, or why do we do certain things, or what is applicable to our professional lives or challenges. But we are going to make it easy for us to explore the topic. So there's gonna be a guidance to be followed, but we will share with each other. It will be light-hearted. It will be very easily facilitated. And like the saying goes, when I hear something, I forget. So when we are listening to a lecture, there are a lot of things we might forget about that lecture. When I see how something is done, I remember. When we see how things are actually done, it might stay in our memory. But when we do it ourselves, that is when we really understand, and that really stays with us in our mind. So that's what facilitation and VIHASA is about. It's about us practically doing the work of going within ourselves, doing the self-reflection to really understand what the challenges are, what the solutions are, so that we can apply it in our daily life. For any more information you want on VIHASA, you can go to our India VIHASA website. That's www.vihasa.in. That will give you any additional information or upcoming events that you want to stay abreast of. And now, before we begin today's activities, I'll just introduce the facilitators to you. So hi everyone, my name is Kosha. I'm an artist by profession. I've been affiliated with the Brahma Kumaris for about 7 years now, and I've been a facilitator since 2017, I think. So it's lovely to have you all here today, and welcome to VIHASA. We have two more facilitators with us today, so I would request Apurva to introduce herself as well. And then Raksha Ben could introduce herself, and Raksha Ben will take us into the icebreaker session for today. Thank you so much. Over to you, Apurva.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Great. So, hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Apurva. I'm currently working as a research assistant, and I have been affiliated with the Brahma Kumaris since the past 2 years. And since May, I have been almost April, May, I have been facilitating the VIHASA online sessions. Over to you, Raksha.
Thank you, Apurva Ben. Good morning, everyone. Om Shanti. I hope I'm audible. Yeah,
Yes,
so I'm Raksha, and I have been working as a reservoir engineer, and I have been associated with Brahma Kumaris since 2018. And just like Apurva's sister, I've been associated with the VIHASA since last 3-4 months. So welcome everyone to VIHASA. And now let us start with today's first activity, the icebreaker activity.
So just a quick reminder to everyone, please feel free to unmute yourself, start your audio, video, because we would love to get to know all of you, and we're going to spend the next 2 hours together exploring topics, sharing experiences. So please feel free to be interactive, and whenever anyone's uncomfortable, maybe sharing your thoughts and views on audio, you can always write them down on chat. So thank you. Over to you, Raksha.
Okay, so welcome everyone once again to today's icebreaker activity on peace. So here we have 4 images in front of you, very beautiful and peaceful images. Just take a moment to look at these images and select the one you like the most. And in one sentence, tell us why you like it the most. So, peace can have different meanings to different people. So it is okay, whichever one you select.
I like the one with the with the clouds, or you can say the sky, and I think there are mountains. It gives me peace and makes me feel closer to God.
That's
Very nice. That was I couldn't see the name who was speaking.
Usha Ben.
Okay.
Can I rename you Usha on chat?
Yeah, Usha Ben, very beautiful sharing. Yeah, anyone else who would like to, if you want to share, kindly you may raise your hand, unmute yourself, start your audio, video and share, or else you can also put it in the chat box. So I think we have a couple of sharing. Yeah, in the chat box.
Prajakta Ben has unmuted herself, so maybe she could check.
Yes, Prajakta Ben.
Hi, good morning, Om Shanti. Thank you for this session. I love the right top corner, the waterfall and greenery, because it is so peaceful, and when you're giving something and falling and giving for ensuring that there is greenery around. That's what I like about this nature's waterfall.
Very beautiful. Lovely sharing. Thank you so much, Prajakta Ben. We have a couple of sharings in the chat box. Dr. Jyoti, she says that she likes, once again, the top right corner one, flow of water, which is continuous. And we keep moving and don't stop. Then we have sharing from Archana. She says greenery and water attract me. And then Sarika, she says she likes the first one, the still lake. I think that is the one she's talking about. It looks so tranquil, fresh and serene. Brother Vijay brother is saying all scenes are giving feelings of peace, purity, love, inner silence to feel bliss. Merle is saying top left one looks serene and still.
Rakshab and Deepak brother has unmuted himself. So
Okay.
he wants to share.
Yes, Deepak brother.
Yeah, Shanti. I like the bottom. All the scenes are good, but the bottom right one is very nice. The sun is setting, and it's a peaceful scenery.
Yes, very. It's very beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. Anyone else who would like to share? So we have a couple of more on the chat box. Rajesh brother says the first picture. This scene has all elements of nature with hills, water, and greenery. And Saurabh is saying luxury plus nature attract me more. Very beautiful sharings. Very
Does
nice.
anyone else want to share anything about the four themes? So whoever has not yet shared, if you all want to unmute yourselves and tell us which one you like best, or if you want to write it down on chat. Archana sister, would you like to say something because you've unmuted yourself? So if you would like to share, we would love to hear. Oh, Shanti, Archana, when we can't hear you, even though you've unmuted. आपका volume ठीक नहीं है.
We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Maybe you can plug in your earphones again. निकाल के वापस डालना या ऐसा कुछ.
हाँ.
Actually, water, I think, is maximum in our body. And when we see a still picture of water body anywhere, we feel peaceful from inside. That's why I liked the first picture in left corner.
Thank you so much for sharing, sister. Thank you. Okay. So I think we have one more sharing on chat.
On chat.
After that, we could move on to that. Do you want to read it out, Akshata?
Yes. So Brijpal brother says, lake and greenery gives me immense peace. So, yeah.
That was a fun icebreaker. Thank you so much, Rakshaban, for taking us through that. And thanks to everyone for taking part in the icebreaker activity. And I think it was a great start of the day for us to explore peace together. So with that, we move on to the first activity for today, which is going to be meaning of peace. So before we move on to the activity, I feel like it's important to understand why we need peace or what is peace. So today we really see everyone's lives are full of stress, right? Whether it's about meeting deadlines, whether it's about interacting with certain people or the amount of stuff we have to finish. So stress, worry, all these things can really overwhelm us and affect our health, not just physically but also mentally. And what is the solution to stress? What is the opposite of stress? That is peace. So the antidote is to develop inner peacefulness. And when we develop inner peacefulness, we are automatically well equipped to deal with the stress outside. So there are many methods of developing our peacefulness within us and different things. So like this wonderful icebreaker activity by Raksha Ben, it made us realize that everyone likes a different picture, right? It's not like everyone likes the same picture. That is because all of us are different. And so different techniques work for us. What might work for somebody else might not necessarily work for me. For example, if I say that when somebody asks me, what does peace mean to you or what brings you peacefulness? I might say I like going to the beach for a walk. That might bring peace to me. If somebody asks somebody else, they might say I like sitting in silence. A third person might say I like listening to music. A fourth person might say I like going to work and getting everything on my list done, and when I tick off the last thing on my list, it brings me peace. So these four are completely different things, but they work for those individuals. So similarly, because we're all different, there is no one solution to everything. So we're going to explore what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and what might work for somebody else might not work for me, and that's okay. So today we're going to explore a few techniques on developing inner peacefulness, and you can just maybe focus on really trying to experiment to see does this work for me or does it not work for me very well. And then next time when we meet again for part two, we will go deeper into it. But today we'll do a few exercises to really figure out what works for us. Okay, so when we lay, like when we are really serious about developing our peacefulness and we do it consistently every day, we see that our inner strength develops. And that's where the stress from outside won't bring negativity within us, but we will be able to generate our own positivity to be an antidote to that negativity. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do today. So, like I have said, different people have different methods of experiencing peace, and that's completely fine. So, we'll do that with today's activity. And the thing is, these are really simple techniques. So I'm pretty sure you've been exposed to these before, you've tried it out before, but maybe you didn't really observe it as something you can do in your daily life to develop yourself. So maybe you didn't take it in that mindset or that attitude. So maybe today we could just pay a little more attention to see what works for us. So with that, before we move on to the technique, first it's important to understand the meaning of peace. And again, even the meaning of peace can mean different things to different people. So what we're going to do is we are going to really remember one moment or maybe more than one moment where we experienced inner peace in our life. Okay, in the past, whenever that time was, we just sit with ourselves and we think, what was that moment in my life where I felt very peaceful? Okay, and we start thinking of the feelings we were having when we experienced that peacefulness earlier. And now ask yourself, what is the essence of that peacefulness? Okay, so play some soft music, and maybe we could just take a moment to recreate that feeling of peace that we have felt before in our life. So let's take a moment to remember. you have a pen and paper with you, it would be very helpful. Or if not, you can maybe write it on your phone or just keep this in mind because this is a good way of us getting to know ourselves. So I'll show you one or two questions on screen and maybe you could try and just write down the answer to this, figure it out what it means. So the first question, that sit and reflect for a few minutes, talk to your own self and ask yourself, what does peace mean to me? Okay, and the answer can be completely different from other people's answers. It doesn't matter. So what does peace mean to you? And then think of a few words that you can associate with the feeling of peacefulness. So come up with a few words also. Okay? If you have any questions about this activity, you can let me know. You can write it down on chat or unmute yourself and ask me if you can't understand any questions. So just think, what does peace mean to you? And a few words which you associate with feeling peace. Okay, should I translate in Hindi? शांति आपके लिए शांति का मीनिंग क्या है एंड वो कौन से शब्द है जो आप शांति के साथ एसोसिएट कर सकते हैं. Okay, so I'll play some soft music again. Just think about this for a few moments and write it down if you can. If you can get a piece of paper, it would be really nice. So I hope everyone's ready. Do you need more time to think about this? If anyone needs more time, please let me know. And in the meantime, I would request Apurva to maybe just note down some of the things that we've come up with. So, okay, so we've already got a few answers on chat. Archana says, sitting quietly on the beach is the meaning of peace for her. Merle says, mind is stable, there is no confusion. And as some of the words, you can even write calm, cool, and not disturbed. So undisturbed, calm, cool. Vijay Brother says, peace means inner beauty and giving positive vibrations to all. And the words that best capture peace are best wishes. So good wishes, best wishes for everybody. Thank you so much. Anyone else who would like to share? You can even unmute yourselves and share if anyone wants to share on audio. Sarika Ben says, Usha Ben has unmuted herself. Usha Ben, would you like to share?
Yeah. शांति हमारा अपना संस्कार है, हमारी आत्मा का संस्कार है जो हम सब में है, पर क्योंकि हम बॉडी कॉन्शियस हो जाते हैं और दुनिया में भटक जाते हैं तो इस संस्कार को भी भूल जाते हैं। पर जब हम बाबा से कनेक्ट होते हैं, उनकी शक्तिशाली किरणें हम पर बरसती हैं, तब हम उस शांति को महसूस करते हैं। एक तरह की खुशी, अतीन्द्रिय सुख और हल्कापन हमें आ जाता है। उसकी महसूसता बहुत निराली है। जब ये महसूस करता है, वही व्यक्ति समझ सकता है कि असली शांति क्या हो सकती है।
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Nagan. So maybe Apurvaben, we could write that peace is our original nature, and when we connect with the Supreme, we can experience it completely. Thank you, sister, for that. So peace is our original nature, and when we connect with the Supreme, we can experience it completely. Prajakta Ben, you've unmuted yourself. Would you like to share?
Yes. For me, peace is inner calmness.
Okay.
Outside there may be noise, but if your inner, your mind is, your soul is calm, that is peace. Then words or any flower garden, sunset, sunrise, green grass, all that I associate with feeling of peaceful. Thank you.
So greenery and nature. Thank you
Yes.
so much. So anyone else would like to share? You can unmute yourself and you can share. We would love to hear your definition of peace. In the meantime, some of the things that have come on chat are from Sarika Ben. Peace means quiet within, despite turbulence outside. So even if things are not so good outside, inside I am quiet and stable. Ratna Ben says, peace means harmony for me. So words are silence, happiness, and content. Okay, so peace means harmony. Archana Ben says, peace means not being judgmental about anyone, ourselves also, and anyone else also. So not being judgmental. Rajesh says, whatever happens around, I am in complete sync within and around. So I am in sync with who I really am. And so whatever happens around doesn't disturb us. I think that's what Bhai says, peace means transferring of my attachment to my entity. So that means not being attached to worldly things, in silence with utter humility, surrendering to the Supreme and being in a peaceful state. Thank you so much. So, anyone else wants to share who's not shared yet? If anyone has any more input, it would be lovely. But I think everyone's already shared on chat, so thank you so much. So if we see in front of us, Apurva, I'm still noting down, but we see some lovely, lovely definitions and meanings of peace coming out. So I think Charvetua, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, says peace is the harmony of mind, body, and spirit. And peace is just freedom. So that's a lovely definition. Thank you so much. So we see that everyone has their own different meanings of peace, right? For some, it's sitting quietly on the beach. For others, it's being in harmony with whatever's happening around. For other people, it could mean positive vibrations and good wishes, or scenery, inner calmness, unattached. So not having any attachments, not being judgmental, in sync with ourselves. So we have a lot of different definitions of peace coming forth, and maybe different words as well. Because some people use words like greenery, nature, and other people have used words like, inner beauty, contentment, quiet within. We have one more sharing by Rohit brother. He says, peace is a virtue as well as a power. Irrespective of situations outside, I am at ease within. And that is what peace means to me. So irrespective of outside situations, we still remain at ease within ourselves. Thank you so much for these lovely meanings and sharing, because I'm sure we all are learning so much from each other. So with that, I think we have some clarity to what peace means to us. And so we'll move on to an experience now. Thank you so much, Apurva Ben, for taking down the notes.
Thank
We
you.
have a WhatsApp group where we have the sharing of
Sure.
our workshop. So Apurva Ben will put up this
Yes.
slide of all your meanings together on WhatsApp. If you want to be part of the group, I'll just share the link in sometime on the chat box. You can just be part of the WhatsApp group. Only the admin is allowed to post, so you will not have unnecessary messages happening on that. Marla says peace is a state of non-suffering. And Mandano says peace means being contented and happy with what I have. So these are some wonderful meanings and churnings on peace coming out. So thank you so much, everyone. It's really a treasure house of meanings over here today. And with that, maybe we can move on to our next activity, which is going to be one of the techniques that we can probably practice to develop our inner peacefulness. Okay, so I request Apurva sister to kindly take us through this second activity.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing is this is going to be a muscle relaxation and breathing activity. So like we discussed earlier, please just observe yourself, okay? Because we are experimenting to see which technique works for us and which doesn't. So just try and really focus on how you are feeling while you are doing the activity. So that will help you figure out if it's working out for you. So over to you, Apurva Ben. Thank you.
Thank you. So before we begin with the muscle relaxation, a quick background. So for us, sometimes peace is when we are doing something, and for others, it is when we are not doing anything. We need to take some time out. So muscle relaxation will be just a set of experiments which we'll be doing. And I feel most of these we do in our life, but you could take this as an exercise where you can actually implement those exercises which you feel peaceful when you're doing. So whatever you have in your hand, just keep it aside for a few moments. And let's begin with the muscle relaxation exercise. Sit comfortably and cross your legs and feel your feet on the floor. Rest your hands on your lap and your shoulders relaxed. Feel the bottom of your seat and your spine nice and straight, as if a string is holding your head up from the ground. Begin by being aware of how your body is feeling now. Start by focusing your attention on the right hand. Clench your fist as tight as you can. And now hold for a count of 3 and let go. Now do the same with your left hand. Tighten and hold for 3 and let go. Try to compare how it feels when you're holding yourself tight and when you're letting it go. Repeat again by clenching your right hand and letting go. Then the left. Now tighten the whole right arm and bending it at the elbow. Hold at the count of 3 and let go. Do the same with your left hand. Tighten it. Count till 3 and let go. Relax. Compare how it feels between tension and relaxation. Now focus your attention on your right foot. Tighten all your muscles at this moment. Hold for a count of 3 and let go. Relax. Let them stay relaxed. And again, do the same on the left. Tighten, hold them, relax. Now become aware of your right leg. Tighten the muscles to the count of 3 and relax them. Do the same on the left. Tense them for a count of 3 and let go. Get a sense of how your legs and your arms feel now. Now, do the same with your stomach muscles. Tense for 3 and relax. Next, you lift your shoulders and tense them from shoulders to hands. Hold for 3 and relax. Repeat again by lifting your shoulders. Tense through shoulders to hands. Hold a bit longer for 5 seconds and then you can relax. Feel the difference in your shoulders when you relax, and then there is a lot of tension. Finally, tighten your face muscles, close your eyes tightly, clench your teeth, hold for a count of 3 and then relax. Once again, tighten your face muscles. Close your eyes tightly and clench your teeth. Hold for a count of 3 and then relax. Sit for a few moments and feel how your body is now. Pause for 1 minute. And now, again, sit comfortably with your feet on the floor, your hands on your lap, and a straight spine. And this time, focus on your breathing. Observe your breath with your mouth closed. You can probably notice the air flowing in and out of your nostrils. Just watch it gently. And now, as it finds its own rate in and out, draw your attention towards your own breathing and relax slowly in and slowly out. A relaxed breath is coming from the abdomen. So as you breathe in, the abdomen is rising. And as you breathe out, it slowly falls. You can put your hands around the abdomen to see it rising and falling. Now, watch your breath. Don't try to force it. Just in and out at your own rate. As you breathe out, let go of any tension. Just breathe out, let go of the tension, and then again breathe in. Say to yourself, I am peace. Let go of all the tension and feel peace. I am breathing peace. And now, when you're ready, just become aware of your body sitting on this chair. Feel your feet on the ground. Deepen your breathing. And then, in your own sweet time, open your eyes.
Thank you, Apurva. That was lovely. I hope everyone's with us. It was so relaxing. I hope people didn't go to sleep. Is everyone with us? Maybe you could start your videos now, or just write in chat how you felt about that. So we know that you're not got it. But it was wonderful and relaxing. Really good exercise, Archana Ben says. So what we're gonna do is Apurva Ben's just gonna take us through a few questions now to test, how we felt during the activity. So like for us to experiment, like see if the experiment worked for us. Of course, all of you can please feel free to keep your videos on if you want, okay? So and it can be a little more interactive. Apurva Ben, over to you.
So I hope everyone is here with us, and you can give yourself a nice stretch and probably rub your hands. Just give a nice stretch, I feel, before getting into conversation. So yes, so would like to know your experiences. How did you feel? How were your muscles feeling? Shoulders, back, and most important, your mind. So anyone would like to unmute? Archana sister has written really good exercise, Vijay brother, wonderful massage of the body, peaceful message. Sarika sister has written, was really relaxing, especially the unclenching after the clenching. Yes. So anyone would like to share anything? Please feel free to unmute. Rajika sister written very calmly. So this is the whole purpose of doing this relaxation. Sometimes when we are working, feel a little stressed, and you especially our neck and shoulders, I feel they're often frozen, or we feel a lot of tension. So we can use this small relaxation exercise in between our work and just be at ease once again before getting back. I think we can move on to the next exercise.
So we'll do the worksheet, Apurva Ben.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So I request everyone to just grab a pen and paper, and we will ask ourselves a few questions on how we felt during this activity, this technique of relaxation and of bringing peacefulness within ourselves. So you'll see a few questions on screen. Apurva Ben will read them out for you, and you can just fill them in, like just write down how you felt, when you were doing the activity. So on your mind and body. So there'll be a few questions for you just to understand whether this technique is working for you or not. So Apurva Ben, can you see my screen?
Yes, but I think all the questions aren't visible. So
They'll come slowly.
Okay. All right. So first few questions. What did you feel in the muscles of each limb? in the shoulders and back, in the face and scalp.
Maybe everyone could just write down whatever you felt in all these things before we move on to the next set of steps. So when you were doing the muscle relaxation and Apurva then was showing us how to do it and we were experiencing it, how did your muscles feel? How did your shoulders and back feel? How did your face and scalp feel? Because we tense and then relax the muscles, right? So what was the feeling like?
Change, yes.
Okay, so you could just note that down.
Yeah. Then we have a few more questions. Did you notice any effect on your thinking or attitude? What was your attention like during the exercise, whole exercise? Also, what were your feelings or emotions when you were relaxing, tensing your muscles? How were you feeling? What were the set of emotions which you were experiencing? And one other question, did you feel a sense of peacefulness during the whole exercise? You can also compare about how you feel now and how you were feeling before doing this exercise. And the last question, how long do you think will all these changes last? So should we wait for another 2 minutes?
And also,
Or
in the meantime, if somebody wants to unmute themselves and share their experience of the activity and how they felt in their body or on their mind, like what was the effect, if anyone wants to unmute themselves and share their experience, we could take that as well. So there are a lot of them coming on chat, which all of us
chat
will be
box.
reading. Yeah, but if anyone wants to unmute and just talk about it on audio to us in just 1 or 2 sentences, then you're welcome to do that as well. So maybe some of them are very calming, relaxing, peaceful, calm, attention went to specific muscles. Learning to consciously relax was wonderful. Felt total peace.
Total
Mal
peace.
says, if you are caught again with the situation, it is easy to go back to easily disturbed state. Prajakta, you've unmuted yourself. Would you like to share?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to answer the questions which are asked here.
Yes.
What do you feel? I feel muscles of the limbs are very much relaxed, shoulder, back also relaxed. Face and scalp, I feel it's refreshed. more of a feeling of refreshed. Then thinking or attitude, it was slowed down when we were relaxing each of our body part. Then attention was only on ourselves. Relaxation actually helped to focus on ourselves. Then emotions were very calm. Then also felt the highest peacefulness during this relaxation. If I compare, definitely I'm feeling better now than beginning before this exercise. How long do you think the changes will last? I think peacefulness is by choice. So till I'm determined that outside turbulence should not affect me or disturb me, it is up to me how I hold on to this peacefulness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, Vijay says it'll last as soon as we think of this beautiful exercise. As long as we have the thought that we have to stay relaxed and peaceful,
Yes.
we will be. Sarika Ben says this exercise is a bit different from the usual ones because we have to first go through a bit of stress before relaxing. Because first we cleanse and then we unclench, right? So the relaxation after undergoing a bit of stress was more deeply felt. And so she feels blessed for undergoing this experience. Thank you so much. With that, we will move on to another technique. So this was one technique, which was muscle relaxation and breathing, right? So now we are going to go to another technique for developing inner peacefulness. And for that, I request Sister Geeta. So BK Geeta has joined us, and she's going to take us through a meditation exercise where we will be becoming silent. Okay, so again, I request you all to sit calmly, put away your things, and again, try and focus on how you are feeling during this activity so that you can see which technique is good for you, whether any techniques work for you, something you can probably practice in your everyday life. Okay, so over to you, Geeta.
Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Yes,
Thank you. Shanti. Everybody sit comfortably on a seat.
Geeta, can you speak a little loudly? The volume is a little low.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Good. Sit comfortably on a seat. Allow the body to relax.
It's still low.
Let your feet rest on the floor and your hands rest on the lap. Focus your awareness on the body and breathing. Notice your breathing and follow the flow of your breath. Observe your breathing. Follow its rhythm as it slows down. Then close your eyes and keep them open. Your thoughts may wander. Thoughts from the past. Concerns about the future. Let them go.
Sorry, Geeta, everyone's saying that it's not audible and the words are not clear. Sorry, everyone, just a second, we'll try and fix that. Just a second. We'll begin again. So please, everyone, just sit calmly in a meditative state. We'll start again from the beginning. Thank you.
audible now? Can everybody hear me? Shanti, can all hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Shanti. Isabel. Okay. Is it audible now?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Shanti. Let's sit comfortably and relax. Let the body relax. Let your feet rest on the ground. Your hands on your lap. Focus your awareness on your body and breathing. Notice your breathing follow flow of your breath. Observe your breathing. Follow its rhythm as it slows down. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Whatever makes you comfortable. Your thoughts may wander, thoughts from the past, concerned about the future. Please let them go. Not to analyze or sort out problems. Instead, focus on the space between thoughts.
Sorry everyone, I think it was a technical issue. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Geeta Ben is back. Geeta Ben, you can unmute yourself and continue. Thank you. Sorry.
I hope everybody was feeling the calmness.
Yeah,
Things
everyone's still in
come
that.
across, and still we have to be in that state of calm and not the mind wander on the thoughts. Right? So we are getting some practical experience also. As you do, so say the following to yourself silently. Just any thoughts and feelings arising in my mind. I turn these thoughts away from things of the outside world and focus on the thoughts of peace. All the other thoughts and ideas will I let them go. Gradually, my thoughts begin to slow. And I sense that within me, those peace. I simply create a thought. Please will be. Experience it. Take a moment of silence. Experience the peace. The real peace that you have. As I create a simple thought, then the feeling arises. I am drawn towards the feeling. Even though thoughts may come to disturb me, Krishna, what will you be telling me about myself? I accept them, but I don't dwell. Now, I acknowledge the feelings that they bring, and then bring myself back to that thought. Let's feel free. As I do this, my thoughts begin to slow down. I experience a state of stillness within me. As I become absorbed in this experience of peace, I realize being peace. Once again, focus on this one thought. You experience it for as long as you can relax. You experience the feeling of peace. Flow through this experience of peace. Flow your surroundings. You can feel it. Now, in your own time, bring your attention back into the breath. Gently moving.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, hope you're back. I know we had some technical issues and the voice was not very clear, but I hope you could still feel the meditation, and you could feel the peacefulness irrespective. So now with that, we will again ask ourselves a few questions about just the feeling of peacefulness, because the first one was a muscle relaxation exercise, right? So that was a little more physical. This one was a little more meditative. So let us again ask ourselves similar questions, but about a meditation. So when you were sitting in the second exercise where it was more your focus on thoughts, maybe we could ask ourselves the question, what did we experience in our limbs, in our body? So the first one, we were focusing on the body. So a lot of you said it was relaxing and everything. But this time the focus was on the mind. But still, how did you feel in the body? So how were your muscles? How were your shoulders and back? How was your face and scalp? So even when you were becoming silent, how were your feelings of your body? Okay, so that is the first few questions. So you could write this down or write it down on chat. Or if anyone wants to unmute themselves and share the experience of becoming silent and the experience of that on your body, you could share that as well. The second lot of questions is, what was the effect on your thinking or attitude? So when you were becoming silent, when you were in meditation, whether you could hear the words or not is not important, but the music was there, you were sitting with yourself, so you did have an experience of it of some sort. So how was your thinking? How was your attention? How were your emotions? Did you feel a sense of peacefulness? So you can just write down on a piece of paper or just ask yourself these questions. So Vijay Brother says the feelings of peace continue, feeling love for all to be patient. Even though the words might not be clear, there were some technical issues, but the good vibrations of peace and love for all were felt. So he could sustain that state of mind. So now what we'll do is we'll compare. How was the feeling of peace when you compare it with the first exercise, which was muscle relaxation? So was muscle relaxation more peaceful or was becoming silent more peaceful? Which one worked for you? And how were you feeling before this exercise and how are you feeling now? And how long do you think any changes will last after doing a meditative becoming silent exercise? So if anyone wants to share the experience about it, share what they feel about it, you're more than welcome to do so. So you can either write it down on chat or you can start your audio videos and we would love to hear from you. So what were your experiences? And what was the difference between muscle relaxation and breathing and becoming silent mentally? So these are some of the questions we can ask ourselves. Does anyone want to share anything? Prajakta Ben, anyone? Vijay Brother has unmuted. Vijay Brother, would you like to share?
Om Shanti, my dear brothers and sisters, please accept greetings of love, peace, and happiness. A wonderful exercise, both while relaxing muscles, we felt peace. And in second session, by peaceful meditation, we felt our muscles relaxed. Both are same, one relaxing giving peace, one peace giving relaxation. wonderful sessions. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, brother. So I guess for Vijay Bhai, he could still sustain his peacefulness and he enjoyed both the exercises. But I know Vijay Bhai already practices meditation, so he knows the benefits of it. Anyone else would like to share their experiences about the activity, compare both the activities, or just share your experience on practicing peace, like overall, today's session? Would anyone like to share anything? Deepak Bhai, Marla, Merl, Prajakta, Ushaben, I think is not with us right now. But anyone would like to share anything? Okay, so that was our second exercise. Okay, so Rakshaban says, in the first exercise of muscle relaxation, the focus was on the body, which made us relax and peaceful. But in the second exercise, which was of silence, the focus was inward. So peace-giving relaxation. So that was more peaceful internally. Thank you for sharing that, Rakshavan. So with that, just a few things to remember, that even though we may try different techniques and different techniques might work for like all of us, just physically stopping what we are doing can also be helpful, like we did for muscle relaxation. So we can sit, take a break, relax our muscles, and consciously make an effort. And that is the first step to finding peace. So the techniques that we used of muscle relaxation, clenching, unclenching, tensing, relaxing. So that gives us a deep physical relaxation. And but the real challenge, like I think somebody said, as long as we remember this activity, we are peaceful. But when we again are exposed to the distractions of the world around us, then that peacefulness goes away, right? Because then again we come into that stress. So the real challenge is to quieten our mind. So body relaxing is also very beneficial, but it will not last long if our mind is not quiet. So we need to learn to still the mind also and slow down our thoughts, allow them to be there. So we are not saying stop your thoughts. We are saying redirect your thoughts and make sure that your distractions are not taking up all your time and attention. So we need to learn to observe our thoughts. And when we first relax our body, we can actually focus on our mind better. So because our body is already relaxed, so we're already relaxed. And so when we are already half in a peaceful state, it's easier to accept peace of the mind as well. And it's more easier to observe our thoughts, slow down, focus on the silence. So all those things come easier. So both these activities done together can be very, very beneficial. So thank you for today's session. We're ending a little early today. And I request you all to join the WhatsApp group if you want the slides that we all, the meaning of peace that we all explored together. So Apurva Ben will be sharing that slide on our WhatsApp group. So I've shared the link on chat. If you're interested, you can join the group. If you have any questions or queries or want to get in touch with us, you can write to this email ID on screen. And our next session will be in October on the second Sunday. So I'll tell you which day that is. It's going to be on 10th October. So I guess I will see you again for Peace Part 2. Yes, Vijay Bhai has reminded us that we have to take a group photo.
Yes.
So I request everyone.
You're muted. Yeah.
everyone start your videos and I will take a screenshot, which we will also share on the WhatsApp group so that we all can have the memory of this session. So I request Marla, Mukund, Geetaben, Rajesh to start their videos. Y'all are the only ones left. Okay. So I'm taking a screenshot, everybody. Om Shanti, we'll just smile. That's lovely. Thank you, everyone. So I managed to take a screenshot.
Thank you, Om Shanti.
Thank you.
So Om Shanti, it was lovely for all of you to join us today. And I hope you had a lovely session. If you have any feedback you want to give us, you want to talk to us about the session, please feel free to do so. Okay, thank you. And we wish you a lovely Sunday. Om Shanti, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.